Hi, this is Pete from FMI Enterprises. I'm an auto dealer here in Southern California. Today I have for you a nice looking 1993 Corvette automatic with 114,000 original miles. It has a 0 accidents on the auto check. It runs and drives well. It's somewhat of a running and driving project, I would call it. As you can see, the paint looks really nice as it does in person as well as in the pictures and in the photos, I'm sure. The rear bumper is a little bit faded compared to the rest of the paint, I guess. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it's a pretty common thing, these plastic rear bumpers. But you can see a little bit better there. But overall, the paint looks pretty nice. If I walk around it and give you a bird's eye view, a detailed condition report, you'll notice some little nicks in the paint, tiny little nicks in the front end. Not that many, but a few on the hood. I mean, overall, paint looks pretty good. I mean, you can see how glossy that is. Just down here at the front end, there's just a couple little tiny little rock nicks from driving. On the bumper, you can see it's got the fog lights look pretty decent. License plate frame cover looks okay, and there are some more nicks down here in the front of the bumper, so expect that. It's not perfect. You can see under here the lip of the bumper looks pretty good. The chin spoiler. Continuing on, the rest of the body, the quarter panels here look okay. Tiny little spider right there. The door. There's little imperfections here and there in the paint. There are some tiny little nicks, but I mean, you know, you stand 3-4 feet away, you don't see them. I'm just being very picky on the car. I mean, it is a 1993. The quarter panel here looks excellent. The fog lights, or sorry, the side markers look good. The rear tail lights look pretty nice, look good. No cracks or any issues with those. The Corvette emblem in the back looks like somebody had replaced that with a chrome one. The gas door looks good. It's a little bit wet. I didn't wipe it off in there. It's got a Corsa exhaust on it, which looks pretty nice hanging out the back, the tips. And you can see the muffler system looks like it was just replaced in the back. I did not do it. The spare tire is in there and intact. Continuing on, the right quarter looks good. The passenger door looks good. I mean, it's a pretty clean looking paint job. I mean, overall, it's, for there's a little scrape right there in the edge of the mirror. Overall, for a car that's as old as this car is, what's that, 27 years old? It's pretty nice, and I want to say it's original paint, but I'm not 100% sure. I mean, it looks, quality-wise, looks like it could be. I mean, it's really glossy. It looks really nice. So that's that. The target top here looks very good. Glass looks okay. There's a couple tiny little chips in it, but nothing that's cracking or any spiders or anything like that I see at all here. Both okay. So that's the exterior. The wheels, chrome factory wheels, look very good. You can see the chrome is nice and bright. BF Goodrich tires here in the back. Probably have about, I don't know, not that much, about 30%, if that. BF Goodrich in the front, a bit more, probably about 40-50% in the front. And they're not brand new tires. So, if you're going to do a cross-country drive, you'd probably want to save these tires just for local. So yeah, these are about 30% here in the rear and about 50% in the front. They are all matching. The wheels look really nice all around. You can see the chrome looks very good on all the wheels. And those are the factory wheels. They look good. So, I mean, overall, I'd say the car is probably about a 7.5, 8 out of a 10. I mean, it looks really nice sitting right here. When people see this car, it's like, wow, nice car. You know, people tell you it all day long. But is it perfect? No. So with that out of the way, the interior, the factory original interior. This is a 40th anniversary car. Of course, the first Corvette was made in 1953, and this is a 1993. So it's a 40-year anniversary. So it's a special year, special color as well. This color is a special 40th anniversary color that they had. The driver's seat, original, like I said, it's got some rips in the outside bolster here, just in this piece here, and the bottom cushion right there. You can see it's got some splitting and a couple on the backrest. So, yeah, it doesn't make any difference in how it feels. It still feels good. It's comfortable. Passenger seat looks actually very nice. Looks like nobody's ever even sat in it. Looks really clean. The door panels look good on both sides. Let's see. Center console here. The shifter bezel looks good. It's not cracked or anything. It's not brand new, obviously. Got a little bit of wear and tear, not horribly bad at all. The armrest here looks good. It's not warping or delaminated or anything. It opens up no problem. There's the RPO codes, which you can pause it here, or I'll just put the picture in there. Inside here, it's got the original owner's manual right here. Books in there. It's got a little dongle here. I'm not sure what this was for, but probably previous owner used it for something. The rear hatch works with the button. I'll show that in a minute. Glove box up here. It's clean. The shifter boot looks good. Original boot looks pretty decent. The shifter itself looks good. The automatic shifter. Steering wheel, it's a bit dry here, but you know, 27-year-old piece of leather. What do you want? But it's certainly very usable. Decent shape. Horn button looks good. Both horn buttons. And the airbag looks good, or the whatever they called it back then. The dash, good shape. You can see there's no cracks in the dash. The sun visors, both the little ears here are kind of curling down here just from age. Got the visors, have the vanity mirrors in there. This one has the vanity mirror as well. It's holding the ear from flopping around in your face when you're driving. The headliner's a bit loose. It's pretty common. The door panel over here, like I said, looks really nice. This door panel is a bit different than this one. This one has like a handle on it. I don't know if that's stock, but they're both definitely the C4 door panels. It's got a good set of shocks here to hold open the rear glass. The storage bin here looks nice. You can see the carpet back here. It's coming back up a little bit here. Just needs to be tacked down in place. But the carpet is actually pretty darn good. See the speakers back there. And you can put the target top back here. Here's the release for the top and the front where it holds it in. So everything's where it needs to be there. Engine. Stock engine. I don't think anything's been done to it modified performance-wise or anything like that. I'll start that up in a second. Carpeting, it's got the original floor mats on both sides. The carpeting is in good shape. You can see the original carpet. Doesn't have any rips or tears. This little speaker box here, however, where your foot rubs on it all the time, the carpet on that is kind of come off, but the carpet kit itself, it's in good shape. Now that's the important part. The speaker cover comes off really easy, and you can recover those. Passenger side, really nice. You can see that it's got the floor mat, and the speaker cover looks really good. the car fires right up and runs well. I drove it on the freeway about 30 miles. I've been driving it here and there around town. It runs good. It doesn't overheat. You can see it's got all the AC compressor. It's got a good battery. Everything's here. One thing that's not working properly is the headlights are not going up and down like they should. It appears to have new motors. Somebody replaced the motors and they wired it a little bit. They rewired some things. I don't know why they would do that, but somebody tried to make them work. But I'm assuming the motors work, and it may be a switch problem, something like that, to get them to work. But you can put them up and down here with the manual cranks. It takes a little while, but you can open them up in emergency, and you can see both the headlights work. You just turned them on here with the switch. So, and that one, the left one wants to spin, but so something there needs to be, worked out. Anyway, the engine runs good. And let's take a quick ride. It's got the service ride control light on here. The radio. The radio sounds pretty decent. You get a good song on. Stock radio, the CD player. Okay, so here you see the miles, 116. This car there's something loose in the cluster, something that's not working properly in the cluster. As you can see, it's kind of flipping around. The mileage shows 116. 116,000 miles. Kind of fritzes out for a bit like that, and then it'll work. At least it'll light up altogether, but the speedometer is not working and the odometer is not counting. Two of the symptoms here. What I do notice is when I go around a corner, it starts to work for a minute or two, for a few seconds, and then it goes back to zero. So, like I said, there's a couple things that need to be addressed on this car, project-wise. Things to do on an old car, pretty common things. I've taken one of these clusters out myself. It's not terribly difficult to do. There's how-to videos on YouTube. That's one thing I would do. The AC is not blowing cold. As you saw, it has the compressor in there and everything, to make the AC work. It may need just to charge. I'm not sure if it has been switched over to R134 or not, but right now it blows. It's just blowing warm. Turn that off. But most importantly, the engine, the transmission, they're working very well. So I really don't have any complaints about how the engine runs. Power windows work on both sides. Tires tires are a bit older. I think the ride might be better with some new tires, I would imagine. But these tires, like for around town, are okay. Yeah, the car shifts through all its gears okay. The engine runs good. What else can I say? It needs a couple things. The power mirrors do work. Let's see, let me go over a couple things. Power mirrors working. Like I said, both windows work. They go down and they go up, and they seem pretty tight. This passenger door seems to be jammed. I'm not sure if the lock is jammed or what, but I can't open that right now. That's another thing it needs. Power door locks, they do want to work. You can see it's actuating when I hit the switch. These C4s gets really tight here. I would imagine the mechanism probably got stuck in the lock position, something like that over there. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. That's everything. Somebody had replaced the rubber around the target top. I know somebody's going to ask if it lets in rain. Well, I don't know exactly. I washed it. It didn't get wet in the car. I know it seals pretty tight. You see this one's pretty nice. This looks like a pretty good job. Somebody put that in there. The rubber trim looks good all the way around this door, but unfortunately this door is jammed. I might get that looked at and have that taken care of, because I don't like that. But, I mean, it's a good looking car. It definitely, it's worthwhile. You can get in and you could drive it just like it is. Depending on where you wanted to take it, you could do whatever you wanted with it. So sorry for this super long video, but that's it, and thank you very much. Bye bye.